On November 1, 2025, a major government action in Ohio was the onset of disruptions to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, benefits due to the ongoing federal government shutdown. Nearly 1.4 million Ohioans risked losing their monthly food assistance payments starting on this date, as federal funding for SNAP was halted 1-2. The monthly SNAP benefits average $190 per recipient, totaling about $263.4, flowing monthly to Ohio through this federal program overseen by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA 1. In response to this looming crisis, Ohio state officials and legislators took several key actions. Ohio House Democrats, led by Representative White, sent a letter to Governor Mike DeWine urging him to declare a state of emergency, allocate state funds to food banks, and mobilize the National Guard to distribute food. They requested unlocking up to $100 to supplement food assistance and support vulnerable populations, including children, seniors, and veterans too. Ohio Senate Democrats also urged Governor DeWine to take immediate action to fund SNAP benefits if federal funds ceased. They highlighted the use of the state's $3.9 rainy day fund as a potential resource to cover 1 month of SNAP benefits, estimated $263, framing it as a nonpartisan moral imperative. 3. Governor Mike DeWine signed an executive order on or near November 1, authorizing up to $25 in state funds to support food assistance programs affected by the suspension of federal SNAP benefits. Under this order, recipients would receive their November 1 benefit as usual, with the state stepping in thereafter if federal benefits remained unavailable. 5-6. Legislatively, some efforts were underway to address benefit lapses due to the federal shutdown. House Bill 502 was introduced by Representative Latina M. Humphrey to appropriate funds for SNAP, TANF, and WIC programs in case of federal funding lapses. However, as of early November 2025, no hearings had been scheduled for this bill, and there was criticism that state lawmakers had not sufficiently acted to create a state-level safety net for food assistance. 4. Enforcement or operational responses included coordination between state agencies and food banks to manage the distribution of supplemental food assistance, plans to potentially mobilize the National Guard for food distribution in cooperation with local food banks were part of the recommendations to Governor DeWine by public officials concerned about food. Public events or related activities centered on continuing advocacy and media coverage highlighting the risks of hunger for vulnerable Ohioans due to the federal shutdown and the slow state response. Food banks reported increased demand, with some experiencing a 58% rise in families served compared to COVID-19 pandemic peaks. 4. Key officials involved included Governor Mike DeWine, who signed the executive order allocating emergency food assistance funds, members of Ohio House and Senate Democratic caucuses, including Rep. White, Rep. Humphrey, and Senate Democrats who sent letters urging immediate action, state agencies coordinating the management of SNAP benefits and emergency food distribution. In summary, the most significant Ohio government actions on November 1, 2025, focused on addressing the suspension of federal SNAP benefits due to the shutdown. Despite pressure from legislative Democrats to declare emergencies and fully fund assistance with state resources, Governor DeWine authorized a partial emergency fund of $25 to mitigate hunger risks, while broader legislative solutions remained pending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.